Here we are, back by popular demand. Let's carry on with this bookshelf tour. Now, up here, I must confess, some people really love this guy. I'm not overly convinced. I'll tell you why. It's not that I'm not convinced. I think all the spiritual teachings and wise teachings, etc., that Eckhart Tolle does, that they've been known for thousands of years anyway. Whoa, they've all fallen over my books. Not quite. And no lie, I say this from a little bit of experience because I did a master's degree in psychology just a couple of years ago. Took me 5 years to do. And we had to do this question. We had to watch a video of Eckhart Tolle and sort of analyse kind of him. And honestly, I came to the conclusion that everything he was saying, he says comes to him, in some dream or when he was living in some room and some terrible things happen. I just think, well, these kind of things happen when you're in your 20s anyway. Forgive me, I'm just going on about Eckhart Tolle. And I've got another one here. Look, Stillness Speaks. Now, this is a brilliant book by Eckhart Tolle. Stillness Speaks. Get it? Do you know, I bought 8 copies of this. I'm a hypocrite. I might be running him down on the one hand. But I remember one year buying 8 copies of this and giving a copy to all my friends because that's how important I felt Stillness Speaks is, okay? But I haven't read these two. But of course you get on the bandwagon, you better buy the next Eckhart Tolle. But, whenever I find there's a kind of guru type figure, making good money and he's doing his talks and he's got his mass following, I'm not interested anymore because, they've made their money. And honestly, I know, he is only saying things that have been known for thousands of years. This book in particular, Stillness Speaks, there's a much better version that was written decades before, and it is by Anthony DeMello, and it's called Awareness. And so, to me, Stillness Speak is just a modern day take, well, this was probably the 90s as well, of Anthony DeMello's Awareness. And Anthony DeMello's Awareness may well have been his modern day take on thousands and hundreds of thousands of years of spiritual teachings and beliefs. That's my rant over. Oh, here we go. You cannot believe it. It's here all along. This is one of my top favourite, most precious books of all time. I didn't even know it was right next to it. How dare you be next to Eckhart Tolle? Anthony DeMello saying, how dare you put me next to Eckhart Tolle? And Eckhart's going, well, I won't take off his... Mind you, I had to watch him and study every word of something he said. He's like how his life got transformed one day suddenly, through a dream. And I was a little bit cynical, saying, well, your girlfriend probably finished with you and you went down here into depression and whoop, you thought, hey, I'm going to write some spiritual awareness books that sell a lot of money, get myself an agent. As you can see, I am playing devil's advocate. I'm almost joking now. So whatever spirit above is trying to shut me up. Anyway, that's Anthony DeMello. Get this book. It's suitable for everyone. You don't have to be part of any form of religion. It's everyday sort of, look at that, the Masquerade of Charity. Of course, I'm not saying you should take every title as it is. What we're doing. You see, my bookshelf tour isn't getting very far. More words. Well, there's some great... This is just beautiful. I must revisit it. Let's put him there next to another precious book. The Essentials of Tao. Okay, that was brilliant. I did read that many years ago. I really love Tao. I really felt that it resonated with me. We all overuse that word resonate, don't we? An initiation to the heart of Taoism through the authentic Tao teaching and the inner teachings of Zhuangzi. Anyway, it was bloody beautiful, this book. Very precious one. I would never get rid of that. Now, this is hiding. Clearly, I'm too embarrassed to have this on my shelf, or the spine is a horrible, disgusting colour. Let's have a look. Ugh! Both. Embarrassed to have it on my shelf. Well, not that embarrassed. It certainly helped my poor mum. But I don't like the colour of that spine. Go back, go back. So that's really, as this is as it says on the tin, isn't it? Feel the fear and do it anyway. I've got a ton of fear and barriers and blocks to doing certain things. but it's just too painful to do it anyway. But, this is a very good book. I have read it. Here we go. Good old Deepak Chopra. Sorry, Journey into Healing. Another guru raking it in. Diana Cooper. Oh, gosh, she's upside down. Sorry, Diana. Yeah, what's she got to say? Angel Inspiration. How to Change Your World with the Angels. I have no idea what this is about because it's another beautiful thing. Archangel Jophiel. For those people that are really into angels, this would be a beautiful Uriel. Probably there's Metatron and Raphael. Yeah, they're all in here. Yeah, so, when I want to sort of research about angels or the names of things that have been called angels, I'll go to Diana Hills, but I'll keep that. Callings, yeah, another one. I thought, oh, this will really change and help my life. This will bring the answers. Finding and following an authentic life. Well, I haven't read it, and I truly believe I have led an authentic life. And where has it got me? Not very far. In fact, it has highly backfired. Tons of things about being a decent, authentic human being. I know I'm being a little bit, what do we call it, glib. But it's true, and I don't care anymore. But maybe, I don't know whether I'll find any meaning. There's a lot of these books that were written, weren't they? Just sort of, kind of like what you call the sort of, were they a bit new agey? I don't know. They didn't offend me because I'm not of any particular religion. Here we are, Stillness Speaks. You keep still there. Now, what's this one? Oh, working with crystals. Yeah, love crystals. Now, that is, I must confess, I do believe in some power within crystals. Therefore, I always like to keep my crystal books, although I might give that one back because really I used to always carry crystals with me and on me and in me. And I knew a beautiful, wonderful crystal healer. She did crystal healing on me. I mean, I'd lie there for 40 minutes to an hour. She put all these crystals up, down, all over me, bottom of my feet, top of my head, on me, beside. Wonderful. And it was amazing. We've got a great bond, she and I. She's probably a very precious friend of mine now. I think you do have those bonds when you've done sort of like healing-y things together, and everything. Anyway, come on, get back. Right, oh, here we are. Look, The Drinker's Guide to Walking. Well, I'm not an alcoholic, and I barely drink, but I think that would be a pretty darn good book to have. I did buy this for a very beautiful alcoholic in my life. Who's very precious to me to this day. Reiki. Yeah, all my Reiki books, beautiful, but see, everything's online now. When I bought this book, we didn't have everything online, and really, I need to get rid of so many books. I could do with earning some money from them, but that's unlikely. Exodus to Humanism. Oh, here we are, Jewish Identity Without Religion. Now, I'm neither Jewish nor religious, but I did, again, an impulse buy a few months ago. I just bought this because I suddenly thought I wanted to sort of find out a little bit more about Judaism and humanism. And in America, you have got what's called the very nice group of what they call secular humanistic Jewish people, which is lovely. But as I said, I don't assign myself to any religion. I kind of have respect for all of them. I wish I did have one. What's this? How to Write Essays and Assignments. £2 off. Probably I needed that. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's not the sort of thing I'd read to write an assignment or an essay. I mean, I'm a nightmare. I probably needed it. But I got my master's recently, a few years ago, as a very mature student. Believe me, I started it in my late 40s. Understanding Judaism. I mean, I don't know what came over me when I suddenly thought, I'll just buy a book about things that origins, belief, practices, holy texts, sacred places. Isn't that beautiful? But, I used to work in a mainly Jewish school when I used to be a teacher before I burnt out and had a nervous breakdown. They were lovely kids. Well, they're very advanced, sort of, and knew what they wanted kind of thing. Lovely, lovely kids. Oh, God, precious book of all times. When I was burning out as a teacher and overworked and just really, this was in the 90s as well. I know I sound too young to have been around in those days, but I was. Sorry, I've got to throw some humour into this. It's mainly black humour, dark humour. I like black comedies. They're the best, aren't they, really? Come on. But anyway, this really saved me. It's very dated now because so many of the examples that he writes about, you know, we're going back to the 1930s and 40s, but loads of things I've underlined. What I've underlined here, look, when we are not busy, our minds tend to become a near vacuum. Nature also rushes in to fill the vacant mind. This is actually a very good book. John Cowper Powys meant The Art of Forgetting the Unpleasant. I need that. I've got a ton of unpleasantness that I keep being traumatized by. A certain comfortable security, a certain profound inner peace, a kind of happy numbness soothes the nerves of the human animal when absorbed in its allotted task. Yeah, that's a bit like flow theory, which we referred to the book the other day by that Hungarian guy, Csikszentmihalyi, or whatever his name is. I don't know whether anyone would bother be listening to my rants, but anyway, worth the read. You can get the audio, and I think it's free on YouTube, like YouTube now. That scratching is my cat about to attack my leg. But yeah, it's all read there. But even the example, I love one of the things in here I remember is living in day-type compartments. So if you can live in a day-type compartment, excuse my finger, you know, like a box, a day-type compartment, and then you can kind of confine yourself to that rather than thinking what's going to happen tomorrow and what happened yesterday. But I have read this book twice, and each time it gave me strength. I don't know if this time of my life it's going to do the same, but my goodness, it helped me put things in perspective. Like when I was really worried, sick, and just burning out in my primary school teacher job, it kind of helped me see that my life was much smaller than a pinprick on the face of the earth, even smaller, and it got things into perspective. This is highly precious. I suggest everyone buys this book. His Holiness Shantanand Saraswati, the Shankaracharya of Dvaita Mate. Good company. Really beautiful, beautiful book. This highly precious. My spiritual side does go down more of this kind of side. Yeah, sort of. His predecessor was Gurudeva. I think this is what the people that do transcendental meditation are. No, they're not. They follow Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, don't they? Well, anyway, this is really good company. Really, I know it's meditation, but it's beautiful. A tiny little spider came from somewhere. Ah, he's there. He's fine. He's going up. Okay, I'm going to have to hurry this because I need to save the spider. What's this? Ah, Richard Dawkins' The Selfish Gene, second-hand book I bought a few months ago. I thought I'll have a little. Maybe I bought it when I was doing my master's, thinking biological psychology. Let's have a little read of what all that's about, and you know, is everything kind of pre-programmed genetically? Beautiful book, this. Rachel's Silent Spring. Everyone needs a copy of this. My cat tried to eat it and destroy, because as you can see on other videos, I've been waffling for 13 minutes. Oh my word. Maybe I'm just doing this for myself because I can't imagine anyone would want. This is a must for everyone. Don't, you know, if one you buy, you won't have that on your cover because that was my cat. Like, look, he's destroying something below me now because he knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. So Silent Spring, it's just she was there before, sort of like the start of the, would it be ecology or environmental revolution? She understood the danger of pesticides and how it was ruining things and the ecosystem and the countryside, etc., etc. We've got the A to Z of narcissism and toxic relationships. My wonderful, wonderful friend, she's beautiful, wonderful person, Amanda Craven. Look her up on YouTube and LinkedIn. Yeah, so we did our masters together, and she's a wonderfully qualified hypnotherapist as well as other things, but she's excellent hypnotherapist, and if I live near her I'd be going to visit her. There's another book by Amanda Craven, Power Tools for Life Goals. She's written 5 simple steps to making changes in your life and smashing your goals. Yeah, I need to do that. Excuse my hand, looks a bit weird. Smashing your goals. Yeah, so I've got to work through that. It's a beautiful workbook. It's been beautifully typeset. The font is lovely and designed, and it's a must for everyone who wants to really take their life by the horns, the bull by the horns. Oh my goodness, what we got here? Yeah, this was recommended to me because I'm going through a lot of grief due to the loss of my parents. Opening our hearts, transforming our losses. Not that my parents were alcoholics, but they're not at all. But I've known enough alcoholics. They weren't, but there's got some nice readings. I'm going to have to go shortly. Look, we've done those two. I've just stuck them at the end. Transcendental meditation. I've got to go shortly. There's a little spider that needs rehoming. Oh, shall I get him in? Am I going to get him in? There he is. Can you see him? He's by the Maharishi Mahashoga. Look, there he is. Oh, I'm going to have to save him. I cannot have him go on my sofa. I've got to get a little cup. Okay, bye. I was initiated into TM. It's very good. Come on, Spidey. I'm going to put you up. Right, I'm going to put you up there. And you're going to have to take your time to go down again. There we are. There's Spidey. Little Spidey, can you see him by the Maharishi Mahashoga? I'm going to get him a little cut and put him outside. Thank you, everyone, for listening.